All right, let's get the sounds back on because we're ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, before we even get into this, because there's going to be confusion, yes, this is the account name of Shofu, but this is the player in the top right corner of Overgrowth, Major.
God damn it, Major. Is he on a team right now? No?
I don't think so. Is there really a team that could really contain Major, though, if we're going to be honest? I mean, he's a really good player, but as good as he is at the game, he's equally obnoxious at times, and we've seen that through several instances on Reddit and stuff. I don't think that really matters, though, when it comes to playing, because he's gotten this far. I mean, I don't know when the last time he was on a team is, and he's still one of the best damn foreign Terrans without one, so I don't think he needs one. So the teamless player, Major.
Alright. In the bottom left of Overgrowth LE, it is the Blue Zerg. It is Cham from ND Game.
That is No Dice.
No Dice?
Yeah.
Yeah. No Dice.
Fairly new guys to the scene. They've thrown a couple of big tournaments. They made a bit of a splash, but then kind of fell a little bit to the wayside. I gotta tell you, I don't know if have you run into. There's a Terran player they have named Spectre. Have you seen him?
Don't think so.
He's I don't even know if he's Grandmaster, to be honest with you. I don't know much about him, but I saw him in, I think it was the Red Bull qualifiers, or maybe it was IEM. It was one of the qualifiers, and I gotta say I was really impressed with his playstyle. I've been really impressed with Cham's playstyle. Like, these No Dice Gaming guys, they're not big names that anyone's heard of, but they're all surprisingly good at StarCraft2.
Is it a full-on Mexican team or all over America?
I think it's just all sorts. I'm pretty sure it's not just like a Mexican only or anything like that.
So what do you know about Cham? Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really seen him play. I think I might have seen him once in an MLG qualifier or something, but I don't really remember any of his play. So, what have you got for me, Rifkin?
Well, for the most part, we got to see him a couple times in the qualifiers, and I've seen him a little bit outside of Copa America. I haven't seen this guy play cheesy. I mean, to date, I haven't seen the 6 pool, I haven't seen the 10 pool, I haven't seen anything quite so crazy against Terran players. As far as whether he goes Roach Hydra or not, it's weird because we again, to bring up the whole point of Hellbats, it's changing a lot of players' playstyles. A lot of these Zerg players who used to be able to get away with 70 drones on 3 bases, who could defend with only queens for the first little bit of the game, it's not really the case anymore. And because Roaches are needed in the early game, some players are saying, screw it, I'll just go with it for the late game as well, into the Roach Hydra composition. So, yeah, Cham, I want to tell you a lot about him. I gotta tell you though, it might not even matter, because going into this game, playstyles evolve, they change. But Cham has been showing in at least Copa America he can play both playstyles if necessary.
Alright, so Mage is going to be going for a pretty standard opener, just the 1 Reaper. I really like the 1 Reaper expand because you get the reactor up on the barracks. Really, it means you can deny scouting heavily, and with all the options that Terran has right now with the Hellbats, that means that denying scouting is a lot more valuable than it used to be, because it used to be just either Hellion Banshee or straight 3CC. Nowadays, you got all these crazy builds, including Hellbats, either fast Hellbats, just a big all-in, or you've got your Hellbat drops, you've got Hellbat everything, basically. And you really need to know what they're doing as a Zerg player.
Personally, I gotta give credit to Major for his control here, but personally, my favorite Hellbat openers have been the ones Pult's been pulling off with the Blind Marauders to follow it up. I mean, it's just so strong. Another Terran player, give a nod to Bunny on Overgrowth. There was a game we cast with him a little while ago. He just went Marauder Hellbats, and I think 18 roaches came up this ramp and just got obliterated. It was disgusting to watch.
I was practicing yesterday, and I hit this barcode Terran. I was like, man, this guy's good. I've never played a Terran player that's good. And then I asked him who he is, and he's like, I'm Bunny. Yeah. And god damn, he destroyed me. Yeah. He is a good player, man.
There are some people who are making great use of the new changes, but as stated before, you don't necessarily have to go Hellbats, guys. You don't have to go down the new flavor of the week, flavor of the month type builds. Major's a bit of an old school player, and quite frankly, I would expect to see him stick with his bio. He has shown mech a little bit in Copa America, but again, it's one of those things where if you've been playing bio for 4.5 years, you're probably going to continue playing bio.
Oh, so we've got a Roach run on the way here for Cham. That is extremely early. Either he wants to get them out really quickly because he's scared of Hellions, or he wants to be aggressive here. I mean, if this was me, I would be aggressive off this because it's a lot earlier than I would do for a macro opening. But I don't know how Cham plays, so he can go either way with this, I think.
Well, 4 roaches on the way. We'll see if that number creeps up to 8. Typically, 4 is about all you need to really defend with, at least against this early pressure. If you go 8 plus, sometimes 10, yeah, then you march across the map, and it's not quite an all-in, but it's a dedicated attack. But sticking with 4 and starting to drone up a little bit behind it. I think Cham was just really, really paranoid about having roaches out in time to deal with like early pushes.
Yeah, it seems like this is an interesting little OP. You're going to be super safe against anything that comes at him.
Yeah, I don't know that's the most efficient, but what's scary is it's Marines behind this as well. Major is pushing. He's got the armor completing here in a moment's time. And this with a medevac, I mean, there's not going to be stim pack, there's not going to be combat shields, but Marines add just that little bit of extra pepper you need to just shut down queens, to shut down roaches.
I don't think he saw it coming. I mean, he sees the medevac now, so he should produce something, but he didn't see the initial push out. There we go, roaches on the production tab, but he's here right now. The Hellbats are morphing for Major already. He's pushing in, the scan goes down, there goes the creep tumors, and the roaches are going to be a while. He's going to take down this queen, he's going to push into the natural Rifkin.
I mean, Cham's already evacuated that natural. Smart move. He took a 4th behind this, which is kind of interesting because this says to me like maybe he's expecting the natural to fall. But this is not going to be easy to deal with. Of course, the medevac's going to heal the Marines, the medevac's going to heal the Hellbats. The splash damage is so hard to deal with, and trying to cut away, he's on the ramp. He should be able to hold this, though. Major has not spiraled out of control.
Yeah, there's too many roaches here. Cham has played this really well. Nice decision making, sees it. And this is his safe roach opener here. And we've talked about this. Some players are just going straight to the roaches. They don't care. They just don't want to die to Hellions. They want to get straight to the mid game, the late game, and play that. And that's what Cham seems to like.
Well, what's kind of funny is he might be behind on where he would normally love to be on drones right now. A little bit supply block too because of the Overlord. But with 4 bases, he's going to be able to mine like crazy. He's going to be able to drone like crazy. He's going to have a lot more larvae to work with than normal, that's for certain. And, oh, if he hadn't injected, maybe he could have gotten that medevac?
Yeah, maybe. He's going to move back now. He's being really risky with that medevac. He's got another... Oh, that's a Viking on the left. I thought that was a medevac there. But, oh, yeah, he's being so risky. It's going to go down, Rifkin. Where's the queen?
You know, Major yesterday was getting a lot of these drops where with 3 Marines inside a medevac, he wasn't doing any damage for like 17 minutes, and then suddenly at the 21-minute mark it breaks and he gets like 19 drones with it. So Major's medevac needs to live, is my point here. He's got the double bunkers. I love this. Not quite sure if it's going to be a counterattack of an all-in or not. Did Major not get the 4th? No, he doesn't know about the 4th base.
No, that is an extremely early 4th base, actually. I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even looking down there. For a Zerg player, that is crazy. Because he hasn't even finished droning up his 3rd base yet. So if he gets away with this, the economy for Cham is going to be huge. And we need to figure out if he's going to be going for Roach or not. He's picking up the double even now, so that is actually extremely late upgrades. But
double Hellbat's coming to the main. There's nothing here to defend.
He's targeting the drones, but he shouldn't be able to. He needs to pull. There we go. There's the pull. Has he got a drone kill yet? It's maybe the first 2 there. And now he gets out of there.
Alright, so 3 drones total, not too bad. But yeah, 4 bases. You spread 70 drones between 4 bases. You're in a good spot. But Major is going to spread Hellbats between each of these bases as well. Actually, I really like this double move. If he's going to drop on the left side and the right side, there's nowhere for the drones to run. He should see this coming, though. The creep tumors are there. He's got to know this is here, but I think he's busy focusing on what's going down in the main. And this might cost him more drones than otherwise would have.
He's got to deal with all of these drops, but one's still a Hellbat in the 3rd base. There drops in the main base at the same time. I don't think too many drones are going down.
It's gone from 3 to 10. It's not devastating, but still quite a bit more than I think should have happened in the first place. Now Major knows about this 4th. Hellbat's being distracted, trying to shoot this queen down.
Yeah, and he's got some roaches over there. Cham's dealing with this fairly decently, I would say. He's pulling drones off at decent times, not losing too many. It's definitely easy to lose a lot of that if you're not paying attention or you're not good at dealing with it. And now these Hellbats should get taken down as well. And that's another medevac. Major not really getting the damage that he needs to get done with all of this.
You know, the thing is you can lose those Hellbats. That's fine. That's an acceptable loss. But losing those medevacs is what made that really suck for him.
Yeah, he only has 1 medevac left right now. And I think he had like 3 maybe out already. So he lost 2 in there.
Not in the best of spots in that regard. I mean, he's pushing with bio. This is such an awkward push because if this had medevacs, well, they stemmed down the roaches. This is such an easy win for Major. But because he's only got 2 medevacs for an army this large, he might not even be able to sustain Stimpack.
And again, dropping the main base, but that medevac's getting pretty low. He's moving on. The thing is, Cham doesn't know about this, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God,
it's going to be a bit of a surprise as soon as they step on the creep.
Cham is the king of greedy king, like early base, like that gold base, the 5th base at 13 minutes. Okay, pushing into the 4th. This is certainly going to go down. There's just no way to stop this. There's too much bio here. He knows it. Waiting for some banelings.
The Widowmine positioning is really nice as well.
I like that he's waiting on the banelings though. If he went too early,
the Widowmines.
Actually, that second Widowmine was like worthless. The first Widowmine was good. But here come the banelings, but you know, these medevacs, they can't pick up this entire
Only
army.
two medevacs and the banelings are coming in. He needs to be. Oh, he takes quite a lot of
God.
damage, but he does fill them both up. There just wasn't, like you said, there was,
But
the
look at
medevac
this.
count wasn't there.
Loses the 4th, not a problem, because he's got a 5th at the gold completing. Major's got to kill this. He cannot let this go.
Okay, he's gonna heal up a bit before he decides to go in there. Or maybe just pick up a couple of drones. Oh, now he's locking up. There's actually a counterattack going across the left side of the map with a bunch of banelings for Cham. Hellbats. Oh, there's actually action going on everywhere on the map right now. Hellbats in the natural. There's a bunch of Lings and Banes moving into the 3rd base of Major. There's a drop at the gold
Oh, Major
base.
doesn't have the full wall off yet. If Cham goes right now, he can sneak past this.
Cham! And there we go, he's moving in. The banelings. Oh, Major with a reaction time there. Beautiful play.
Oh, the Widowmite it too!
Well,
and the focus fire.
Oh, he got perfect by Major.
Cham's gonna get a nice Baneling connection here on the front lines too. Still no Mutalisks out. He's playing a lot with Roaches, Lings, and Banelings. Oh my god, those Widowmites are getting such good connects. But there's no Mutalisk to pick off the medevacs. There's no Mutalisk to harass the main while this is going on. So while Cham is defending all day, he's never gonna be able to provide a counterattack. He can't shut down the medevacs. He needs to get that Spire, or he's got the Spire up. He needs to get those Mutalisks rolling.
Yeah, there's so much action everywhere in this game. Another drop at the gold base. There were drops in the main base. There was Baneling action at the 3rd. And Major is handling it all perfectly. Look at that pick up there.
Major's reaction time.
Behind it. He's macro behind this, Rifkin. Look at it.
Major's reaction time is insane. His 2-2's on the way as well, and as you pointed out, there's a lot of Marines, a lot of everything, quite frankly, coming up behind this. I don't know if Cham can hold... I mean, the supply difference at this point, guys, it's about 50 down in supply, bottom line. His drone count was fantastic earlier on. He had those earlier bases. But again, what he's doing is trading out these unsustainable units. You know, you might get a good hit with a Baneling, but that Baneling is gone forever. You need the Mutalisks to make that army last. That's what the Roaches are trying to fill that role with right now, but it's not going to cut it.
Look around Cham's bases. There's like 3 medivacs with no units in them.
Yeah.
And there's another medivac going into the main base there, but Major's
He's going to get a Baneling nest. Oh my god.
Push into the gold.
If he gets this Baneling nest, I would almost say this game.
Yeah, Mage is just playing perfectly, and oh, there's a bit of a surround. He doesn't have enough Banelings to make it happen. Major trying to get out.
Major's the only guy who doesn't need to split and can still make this work.
Yeah. Wow, this is...
He kills the Baneling nest.
Mage's just looking unbeatable right now.
There's no more Banelings. Without Banelings, there's just no way to take on this Bioforce. The Mutalisks never want to engage into it. GG will play this call. You know, I gotta say, Cham played that well. Major just played that perfect. I mean, that's the bottom line there. There was no like, wow, what a stupid move. Like, that was
I know, right?
well played.
It was just like Major dropping everywhere. Like, they were pretty even going into the mid game. I think it was like 130 versus 130, and then it was like the macro of Major, the control, the reactions of pulling everything away in the drops. I think he was just a lot faster than Cham was with everything on there. Like, at the 3rd, when there's Banelings rolled in, it's just like, boom, SCV is going out, even though he was pushing in the main base and dropping another base at the same time. Major was just everywhere.
But see, this is what I kind of feel, and this, I'm gonna like kind of compliment Copa America in a sec for this, guys. Copa America weekly tournaments, like, this is what I love most, because you go to WCS at this stage, the semifinals, the finals. This is where you get your Korean names, the ones everyone already knows as good players. It's a great place for like the unknowns to showcase talent. Cham may not have won that game, but damn if I wasn't impressed with the way he played that out, especially against a player like Major.
Yeah, Major played it beautifully. The thing is, like, yeah, Cham got his 4 bases up really. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, where did it slip for Cham? It was just
right. Like, you had 4 bases,
doing
man.
everything. It's just Major doing everything slightly better, but it seemed to like tip so quickly, right? They were pretty even, and then it was like, boom, Major's at 190 supply out of nowhere. Well,
that's the nature. Like, I mean, you gotta have Mutalisks for that. You know, Roaches, they don't have that regen. Zerglings aren't sustainable. Banelings, poof, they're gone. But join if you would, please, sir, because the next map is going to be Waste Station. And my fingers are crossed we get close spawns, because I think this map is quite terrible in long spawns.
Oh, really? Why do you think that?
One sec. Sorry, I had to cough my lungs out again. I think the problem for both players comes down to the fact that, like, for Zerg, even if you get creep spread all over the place, to go from, like, the bottom left base of that 4th to go to 3rd place on the, like, far, like, it's just so far to get from base to base, even with all that creep, that we've been seeing a lot of drops just kind of abused on that map. And the same token for Terran players, like, on one hand, it's kind of remove mech. Like, you just can't go mech on that map. If you go mech on that map, you're stupid, bottom line. I mean, there's some players like Major who might be crazy enough that can make it work, but the slowness, the immobility of it. I mean, if you go mech and they go swarm host, it's even worse in long spawn locations.
Yeah, the third base is far away, the fourth base even further away.
I think when you get the bottom left, top right spawns, it's gonna always give the most dynamic games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think if you get close positions, it's pretty good for cheesing as well.
That too, yeah.
It is the shortest distance in the rush pool, in the map pool at the minute, so...
there's that Fenner knowledge, that Fenner Reddit knowledge I was talking about earlier. I'm not gonna lie, dude, when it comes down to the new maps getting released, the first thing I look for are your posts on Reddit, because you're always the first guy to be like, here's the rush distances, guys. Here's the seconds it takes to get from one base to another.
Yeah, well, people like knowing that. I actually started doing it because I was like 9 pooling a lot at the time, but I realized like there were some big maps that it just sucked on, so I was like, I want to know exactly how small or big these maps are, so I know when 9 pooling is good. And then I just kept doing it because people seem to like it a lot.
Actually, you know what? You're pretty terrible at cheese. I was watching your stream the other day.
Oh man.
Anyways, Wait Station coming up, guys. We'll see you in a sec. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in game number 2 of this best of 5 semifinals match for Copa America Season 1 2014. I'm Rifkin, joined tonight by Fenner and Spawny here in the bottom right corner of the map. From No Dice Gaming, it's the Blue Zerg player, Cham.
And in the top left corner of the map, it is the red Terran player, it is Major.
What accent was that supposed to be?
Let me talk it some more, I'm not sure.
You kind of got from French, like Jamaican? French. No, you went from like Jamaican to like Zimbabwe to like, I don't know, Iraqi or something like real fast. Or Iranian, I should say.
That's how my accents work, man.
How is that French? That was the furthest thing I've ever heard in my life from French.
It sounds like Todd. Hello, I am Todd.
Hello.
I like StarCraft. Yeah, it's Todd?
No, I don't hear Todd when you do that, man. I'm sorry. I mean, forever, the accent sounds cool, but I don't think it's French. You know, it's fine, because, you know, when I start with, like, my Australian accent, it quickly becomes Irish. So it's kind of like, I can't hold accents at all.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, drone scout here from Cham.
Yeah, we did get the long spawns, too. We were talking a little bit about this before the game began, and I don't think this is necessarily like a good or bad thing for either player, but this does kind of limit your options. For example, I think the most common thing with like all of these new maps we have for this season was third bases have been made a real pain in the ass to take compared to old seasons.
Yeah.
Like take Yansu compared to like this map, for example, right? Like you gotta go all the way over here or all the way up here for your third, much less than counting your fourth later on. And that's for either player, Zerg or Terran. So it's the long spawn locations on this map I think make the third base a little more pain in the assy than most other maps, but still the one thing is from base to base. This is, you would know, this is gonna be like one of the longest rush distances in the map. Or in the map.
Well, Rifkin, it is the second longest behind Altazim cross positions. It's Altazim is 60 seconds and this is 50 seconds, but Altazim is crazy huge. So even though this is smaller than Altazim, it is absolutely massive. So any timings are going to be a lot weaker on here.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is you might try and go for something like, say, a Hellbat push. It's not going to hit at the time you want it to compared to, like, another map like, say, King Sejong or Overgrowth.
Well, yeah, well, like last game, we saw the Hellbat push. If he did it last game, you saw those roaches on the production tab, right? He was in the base while the roaches were being produced. If he did it this game, those roaches would be out on the map and the Hellbat push would just be swatted away so easily.
Exactly. So I think one of the big things too, again referencing back to last game, was drops are going to be a little bit more efficient on this map as well. On Overgrowth, your bases are fairly close. Granted, there's like the little W sort of path you have to take, but creep spread not a problem. This map, it's a little bit more of a bit of a pain.
Ooh, drone kill.
And he didn't get surrounded. That looked like a surround was like almost for sure to happen, but
yeah,
ducks around with this.
His Reaper control is quite beautiful actually. Just goes around in a circle here and forces these lings to chase. But getting one drone kill with only one Reaper is very, very nice. There's no commitment here. He's just going to go straight into Marines to deny scouting as well. Ooh.
I'm surprised he can get those last two lings. For one thing, Major does that a lot of Terran players don't, guys. Like when you're doing the Reaper, you just gotta click A move, like, you know, whatever. Like you're just looking to get damage. Major actively, and it was a lot more visible last game than this game, target fires the low ones to make sure they die rather than sit here like this and regen slowly. So didn't quite get that same opportunity, but as you said, he got the drone kill. So I mean, one Reaper, mission accomplished.
Yep. Okay, Major going to be going straight up to 3cc here, so nothing crazy this game, just wants to macro it up, and I really like this decision. He's playing to the map right now. Maybe he could have gone for some kind of drop play, but as we said, it'd be a bit slow. I like the 3cc. You can go straight up to Medivacs, Marines, Mines, like this as well, and start dropping after he's got the economy up, which is going to be pretty safe to do so because it's so long. And Cham looks like he's going for the same build as he did last game, picking up that fast roach run. Gas has only just been started, so the thing that stops him from being aggressive here is how late his gas is. Even though his roach run is early, he doesn't have enough gas. Like he's not going to have the ling speed to go for a roach bane or anything like that.
You know, it's a little funny to just bouncing back to that chat delay from Twitch. A lot of people say you sound a lot more like Roddy than Todd, and I would actually agree with that. So maybe like work on your Todd impression to actually do a Roddy impression. I guess.
I'm not sure. I can't think what Rotterdam sounds like right now. Maybe
you pull, you know what I can do? I just pull up the soundboard, start playing that in the background.
Oh, the Roddy soundboard. Yeah.
Actually, it's really funny. Did you see the Suppy MMA show match that went on yesterday?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Well, the games itself was cool and all that. Oh, loses the Reaper. And then starts the lair. Ooh, Cham, with that nice timing. But Rotterdam was playing with the sound. He had never heard it before, he said. So he's sitting there playing with his own soundboard on the stream. It was kind of hilarious.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, the Hellions are out. They're not going to get a lot done. I mean, this is one of the strengths and detriments of the map at the same time. Again, while it's so big, it's so spread out. It's a lot easier for Cham to not have to worry about Hellions because, honestly, to go kill the creep tumors up here to the north and then go all the way to the south is quite a bit of distance to run.
Cham's open is quite interesting here because he's only committing to 4 roaches. He's going for the 4th already again. This guy's crazy.
Yo, I thought last game, that was a response to seeing those Hellbats. You know, like you assume you're going to give up. The Hellbats. Yeah, like my thought process was that like he was going to just sacrifice the natural base, right? So he'd still have 3 bases behind it, but deliberately taking a 4th this early, I don't know. This is scary. This is so scary. There's a lot of minerals you put into a base that you cannot necessarily defend.
Yeah, but the thing I was saying was, like, he opens Roach, but he's going straight into Ling speed. He's not actually planning on going Roach Hydra or something like that. That is purely the Hellbats. Or Hellions. Obviously Hellions as well, who work against Hellions. But if it was Hellbats, then he's going to be safe with the Roaches, not going to have to build any Banelings or anything like that. The one thing this does do is it delays his upgrades massively. So his upgrades are going to be so late right now, Rifkin.
You know what, though? I mean, upgrades... Okay, if it's Roach Hydra, not Roach Baneling or Zergling or Mutalisk, like, upgrades I kind of think on both sides of the field become a little less relevant. I mean, I know Nathaniel's posted that thing about, like, you know, +1 weapons that takes extra hits or whatever, blah, 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 but when it comes down to the mass engagements, it just, in these particular compositions... Oh, he's actually going to go for the melee upgrades, curious enough. I was going to say, it feels a lot to, like, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be brute force, the numbers that went out, rather than the upgrades.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course,
I think with the Roach Hydra,
with
the Roach Hydra, you need the upgrades. Like, you're going for that upgrade advantage pusher. Oh, Hellions, he's actually going to try and suicide these. There are a couple of Lings on the high ground, and Cham waits to let them in, and he's going to take them down with them doing 0 damage. 2 kills.
2 kills, not too bad.
Why is there only 8 drones on the natural here?
Because he's got 4 bases.
So he's just like, oh, I'm going to put them everywhere.
I mean, like, look at the transfer from that 3rd. I mean, like, you don't really need to saturate one base properly if you've got 4 of them, right? I guess? I don't know. I don't know any other Zerg players who take a 4th this early. I have nothing to base this off of. Do you?
Not really, but I mean, he should saturate one base before saturating the next. It just makes a lot of sense to me. But he's getting drones on every single base there, and he's going to be droning like crazy, going up to 70 already. You were like, people can't go to 70 anymore. You know, you got to worry about the Hellbats. Boom! 4 bases, I'll take everything, Cham.
That, and when you're on a map like Way Station on these spawn locations, you pointing out the whole timing's being delayed thing makes a little bit more sense. But of course, if he's going to be on, whether it's 3 bases or 4 bases with 70 drones, you're going to have an economy to just bully your opponent down into submission. I mean, Major's only just now taking his third. There was an Overlord that was creeping it up. It got pushed off. Command Center still not landed, actually, even though the creep's gone.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. Like, pooping creep is so important in ZVT. A lot of people don't realize that, but it always delays expansion by like 30 seconds.
If he just waits like 5 seconds.
Speed. Pick. Messed up on the pickup there. Lost quite a couple of units. There is a drop at the bottom of the map at the same time as well. 2 medivacs down there. Banelings rolling in, gonna pick up a couple of units, and they were amazing trades for Cham right there. Can he deal with this one as well? It looks like he's messing up his control of it. Well, yeah, the Roach is going to deal with it.
He's not lost a single drone outside of those initial 3 from earlier, so... I mean, 2 drops, you'd expect at least a little bit to go down, but... No, Major pushed off and Cham holds.
Yeah, he just dealt with that perfectly with the massive economy behind it as well.
You know what? Actually, I think he's going to be a...
Is he not going for Spire?
No, I think he's just going to go faster Hive. I don't think this is Swarm Host first off, obviously, but I think that I was going to bring this up. One of the most interesting things I think about this matchup is the fact that he's got this economy booming so fast. He's not going to find himself choked and starving, unable to make a hive, like tends to be the case on maps like Frost. You're so busy enthralled throwing banelings after banelings after banelings into marine waves. But in this instance, with the earlier infestation bit, he'll be able to afford that hive, no problemo.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's not going for mutas though. Like, the hardest thing that's going to be for Cham in this game, he's going to have a hard time dealing with drops, and we've seen that Major likes to throw a lot of them out there. This is a great map for drops as well. We've got one going out on the right side of the map, but his creep spread's really nice at the same time, so the drops have to go all the way around the side of the map if they want to do anything. But the lead for Cham in terms of economy, in terms of tech, in terms of everything right now is huge. Major needs to really make something happen with all these drops that are going out.
These will be shut down again. Fungal growth, a curious thing to see this early. I guess the mentality is like, if you can fungal a medevac, you don't need Mutalisks to shut it down. Same kind of goes with like Marines. You know, once upon a time, what was it like? You would not typically go for fungal growth to match with banelings because fungal growth did enough damage. They didn't really need the banelings. Nowadays, it's like you need that fungal. You have to hold them in place. You don't want splits to go down.
Yeah, this is almost identical to the old school Stefano WEVO Ling that everyone loved in ZVT for quite a while in Wings of Liberty.
Cham, I'm just trying to recall the last
time.
How
many Lings there are!
Right?
There's so many!
Like, the thing is, I don't remember the last time I saw someone skip mutas. I've seen people actually skip banelings in favor of mutas, but I've never seen anyone skip mutas.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have overwhelmed the army there, but he didn't want to go for it because he wants the efficient engagements on creep. Yeah. Probably wants to go to ultras as well. Yeah, this looks exactly like Stefano style from Wings of Liberty, just a couple of banelings mixed in.
I forget Stefano style. This is like Cham style, man. I don't know. Like, this is early 4th base, taking a 5th in like the weirdest location.
So here's the infestors on the way. I'm going to expect to see an Ultralisk Den. Is it a Den or is it a pit? Ultralisk Den. Come down. There we go.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's going for that fast 3-3. He skipped over mutas. Ultras make the most sense.
Yep. Oh, he is moving in here.
Oh my God,
so many Zerglings from
the banelings though.
Around is
the banelings get wrecked by the Widow Mines. Will that matter though? There's still so many Zerglings flooding into the 76. And let's not forget, guys, Zerglings are pretty much the most expendable cheap units you can make in StarCraft 2. He even bros the banelings. Oh! Gets a good connect with the broad banelings. Cham is out of control right now. There's a drop going down to the 4th, but who the hell cares because he's in Major's natural. He's picking off Widow Mines, he's picking off SCVs. The Marines have died, and the adrenal glands aren't finished yet. The 3-3's not finished yet. He's doing this all off of 2-2.
Yeah, and the thing is, Major hasn't got 2-2 either. There's so many Lings in the base. The Widow Mines are burrowed. They're going to take down the rest of those Lings. Did Cham deal with the drop?
I think the Widow Mines did more friendly fire at the end there than actually anything else, but 5 Ultralisks, Fanner, Chitinous Plating, 3-3, Adrenal Glands will all be ready for the next attack, and it's going to be a big one. Cham, once again, guys, may not be a player you knew prior to this, but even if... Damn, exactly.
Yeah, I'm loving this. The fast econ that he got up there. Maybe a bit greedy, but it's working out for him in this game. Making use of the big map here, allowing him to get the Ultralisk out so quickly, allowing him to get so many Zerglings. Now there's going to be another drop coming out for Major on one side of the map. I think he needs to get a couple more. Look at how many Zerglings there are all the time because he doesn't have to invest into those muters.
It was hilarious. Is like normally if you take a bad Widowmine hit, you have to disengage because you don't have a lot more Zerglings behind it. You don't have more Banelings behind it. But because Cham has so freaking many, he can eat those terrible Widowmine hits all day. Drop down here at the 4th once again, but he's got a 5th. He can just evacuate this. This is not the end of the world for him.
Yeah, he's coming back. He should be able to deal with it before it goes down. Not even taking any damage on the hatch there. Spine's helping out a lot with these drops. Does he have spines on every single base, or is it just that one?
It looks like he's got a little bit everywhere. Just I think this is anti-drop, like, you know, just stop one drop from killing you, but man, this force in the middle of the map. These infestors all have pretty much full energy. There's gonna be so many fungal growths. You can bait out tank hits and Widowmine hits with infested Terrans, which, you know, we don't see enough. But I love watching infested Terrans bait out Widowmine hits. I think that's one of the coolest things you can do. But the ultras are gonna be the biggest. Okay, it was missing every fungal growth.
Oh, the fungals were not the best, but look how.
Oh, that's a good fungal though.
On the left and the right, he's rolling in with the.
Those are the fungals he needed.
Damage.
He's got nothing to kill the Medivacs though.
Yeah.
There's seriously 15 Medivacs that are gonna go untouched while this is happening. He gets a fungal growth down.
He can't finish the game though.
This is the problem. You know, you don't have any Banelings left. There's no way to get through that wall. He's just got to back up. He might be able to fight Kate a little bit here, but I mean, the Ultras are just getting wrecked.
Yeah, this is really inefficient. Once you go in with Ultras off creep like this, no fungals to lock down that ball. Oh, the Widowmine's doing a lot of damage as well. And there go down all Ultras. If Major keeps playing on the defensive here, and Cham keeps going for the Ultralisk, attacking off creep, that's Major's chance to come back in this game. He's already made a decent comeback. The lead was huge for Cham, and now it doesn't look so big.
I don't know, Finn. I still think he's in a pretty good spot. I mean, he's got a bank growing. He just had to use a good chunk of it up on all those Banelings. But the problem is, and this is where the game gets a little interesting, with so many Marauders being invested into, the Ultra's obviously not that great of a choice.
Yep, and 3-3 is on the way for Major right now. He's got about 20 seconds left. Look how many Medivacs there are.
There's no reason for him to really lose an army. It's silly and it sounds like a joke, guys, but without those Mutalisks, there's nothing to stop the Medivacs from picking up and leading every time.
On the left side of the map as well, so many Banelings rolling, but Major, with the pullback there, picks off a lot of the Banelings before they can do damage. One Ultralisk coming over here to deal with these Medivac drops here. This game's getting crazy, Rifkin. Intensity is leveling up.
I'm just sitting here with a big dumb grin on my face. This is so weird to see. No Mutalisks still. I'm not sure if Cham is just a good guy and he says, you know what, Mutalisks are kind of stupid. I'll do the community like a favor by never using them. I don't know, but like the Spire finally is being started. That's standard 22-minute Spire timing.
Pretty sure it's gonna go straight into the Spire though, and there's gonna be no Oh god, losing a lot of Banelings on that Marauder. Nice little drop.
Whoops.
Nice little drop there, Major.
If he legit did just go to Corruptors and not a single Mutalisk gets made, I don't even know, dude. I'm just gonna lose it.
Oh, the fungal doesn't get a big hit there, but Major is stacked up. He could... No more fungals? Oh, there's one more fungal at the back there on that infestor. Major needs to split his units.
Right, but here's the problem. There's actually enough Medivacs that each of these units has a personal healer. Even if he gets fungaled, he's actually just going to heal through it.
Well, not when the Banelings hit Rifkin.
I don't know, man. There's not that many Banelings. There's really not that many Banelings.
Alright, drop over here. Major needs to keep pushing that creep back as well. Pickup. Look at his pickups, his reactions for Major. And he's going to split this army now. But there's so many units. Here comes the fungal. One fungal on the left, but it's not too much. Major not in the best position here. One more fungal in there. Everything moving forward. Has he got enough DPS to take down this army? He's moving forward. And it looks like, can Major hold this Rifkin or not?
The Lings are a little bit too strong. The Ultras, though, look at this. Every single unit actually has a healer at this point. Before I was over-exaggerating, but now the entire army gets heals. This Spire he made is not going to get to live for much longer. Major going to focus it down. A sad sight to see. No Mutalisks will continue through this game.
He's going up to 16 Medivacs right now.
Hang on.
And they're never going to get taken down.
Hang on. Cham is still expanding, though, Fenner. Like, if there's one thing this guy is good at doing, it is freaky expanding. Taking a 4th, taking a 5th, taking a 6th.
Yeah, but that base is under fire over on the right side, and he's going to lose all of the drones here as well, I think, unless he can sneak them out somehow. But the units are so far away.
He goes Cham Burrow.
Yeah, he used Burrow Banelings earlier. Infesta gets taken down. Does Major notice about the drones?
I don't know, but I think Cham's gonna lose this game though. I only say this because without Mutalisk, there's no way to stop the Medivacs. And the Medivacs will let Major kite all day. Major can just never die to fungals. I mean, okay, that burrow is sick, by the way. That's gonna save so many drones.
Again, the main engagement at the other side of the map. This might be Cham's chance to win this game. There's so many units, so many Lings, so many Banelings. There's not too much left for Major.
Major
Look how
can pick up
small
though.
army is.
I'm surprised he doesn't. He's just kiting.
Needs to look for that position. There we go. Looking for the high ground position. Does he have any Banelings to break through the depots?
Oh my god, it's so awkward watching Banelings get used on Marauders, but he has to. Those SCVs get chunked down. There's nothing left. Cham is out of units. But look at that bank. 3,500, 3,500. Make a freaking Spire, 35 Mutalisks. God, please. Jesus.
He's still finding his engagement, but Major's having a really efficient engagement here, but the Ultralisk getting picked off there as well. And now there's nothing left in the army for Cham. He's got to rebuild.
Cham's too good. There's no way he loses this game with 3,500 in the bank. Okay, now he's building units. Thank God. I was going to say, he's been playing this game so freaking well. If he were to die with that big of a bank, I would be incredibly upset. I don't think Banelings will... I don't even know if Banelings will be enough, though, quite frankly.
It all comes down to the engagements. Can he get this base?
The SCVs that were transferring!
Oh, a lot of them go into the Marauders, though. Can he pick off those Banes before they do damage? Oh, he's moving in!
That's most of the Marauders, though.
Back there. Yeah.
The SCVs get healed up. This is what I was talking about. Everything gets healed with this many Medivacs. He's up to 18 Medivacs! 18 Medivacs! 18 Medivacs!
Alright, calm down, Rifkin. There's a lot of Medivacs on the field. We see that. There's so many Medivacs. They're actually all really low energy. They're all getting use out there. I think everything is getting healed so much. Now he's taking down the creep as well. That is so important. The bank is gone for Cham. The bank's gone. He's 170 supply. There's a big fungal for Cham. That is a nice one right there. Picking up a lot of units.
Major doesn't have a lot of money either. Cham's got
the Widow Mines.
The Widow Mines have got to be perfect, though. They have to be perfect is the thing. Major has no money. There's no remaxing behind this.
Oh, the fungal is huge. Now the Ultras are going to move forward and take down the rest of these Greens. That was a game-changing fungal right there.
The SCVs! Neither player has any money. Neither player really has any income right now. Both players have actually mined out most of their active bases. There's like one base economy for both at this point. Cham's trying to get another base up. There's a Widow Mine. Oh, that's going to be dirty. Ugh, that stings.
That's going to be annoying. And he's going to pull his entire army across there to deal with it. Major really wants this base on the left side of the map. I'd love to see someone just float over to an island expansion or something. They're not going to get a...
You know what? Hang on. No. There's no Mutalisks. Yeah, how is he not taking an island base at this point?
I got a perfect decision. No, none of us even thought of it. I just thought of it right there.
I can't. That would be the
best thing to do. No.
I can't imagine the players would be thinking about that. Like, we're kind of calm, collected, having some fun, just shoutcasting. They're busy intensely playing this game. There's no way anyone's thinking about island bases right now.
Yeah. Too busy macroing these units against a single Marauder. He's going to move into this space as well. Banelings coming in.
This Widow Mine. This Widow Mine's so like 8 kills.
Oh, manual detonation there, and he does pick up and get out. But Major's secured a base on the left side of the map as well. The game will go on.
This is so weird. I mean, there's been the most inefficient trades out of both players, more so out of Cham than Major, but I like the Infestor count. I think this Infestor count is huge. He's been missing a lot of fungals. How do you rectify that? By getting even more fungals. You might miss the first 3, but as long as you land 4, that's all that matters.
17 Medivacs. If he gets a fungal on all of those, that's all of the healing gone instantly. And they have been clumping out a lot, those Medivacs. So it's definitely possible that it happens at some point. But they are pretty fast compared to the fungal. And there's going to be another engagement at the top here whilst these Marauders get dropped in the base. Does he want to take it off creep though? It's going to be painful to take that. Moving in, no.
As long as he can get those fungals off of creep is going to not really matter, I feel.
Planetary though.
Yeah, whatever. It's funny though, these Marauders are actually incredibly efficient because the Banelings can't burst them down. And while they don't have the highest DPS in the world, if these were Marines, this drop would have been cleaned up 10 times over by now.
You know what? He just dropped on the island, right? Maybe since he did that,
he's like,
going to pop into his head.
Yeah,
there's an island.
Like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Alright, well...
How many kills has that Widow Mine got? He's sat there. He's got 16 kills.
Yeah, a lot of these Widow Mines haven't been cleaned up this game. I mean, he can fungal growth them too. Fungal growth reveals stealth units.
but he might not be.
Oh, no, don't send the
the
Lings
self-
here. Don't send the Lings here. I mean, Lings are
He's
cheap, but he
going
can't
in.
even afford to lose Lings at this point.
Yeah, he's going for the planetary. Major gonna move in for the defense. This is a very important engagement. The planetary gets taken down. These he's not gonna be able to save it.
Trying
Going
so
in
hard
for
to fungal. Vegetarian's coming down to eat. The Widowmine hits. Really smart move there out of Cham. Trying to move forward. The Widowmines are pretty much gone at this point. It's just Marines and Marauders, and Banelings in the right capacity can deal with both of those. Drop at this fifth base.
Marauders.
Oh my god.
It's going down so quickly.
He's got units.
The Banelings,
Okay.
can they take them down? Oh, there's a look at the reactions from Major.
He's still not
So
killed a
much
single
going on.
Marauder from that drop.
Oh man.
Can we get like we need like a crowd chant like Mutalisks, Mutalisks, Mutalisks.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna. Jam does not like Mutalisks at all.
I feel like these guys made a bet where Major said like, look, I won't go any air units other than Medivacs as long as you don't go any Mutalisks. You know, before the game started or something. Yeah. This is weird.
Gonna be able to clean up those Banelings. He's gonna go for the snipe on the hatch. I think he can get it if he goes for it. Just needs to wait for that little opening.
It's one freaking Medivac, dude.
Yeah, that is King Medivac right there. 5 kills, 10 kills. Those Marauders racking him up. He's going for that base, but Cham doesn't care about it. It is mined out, so he doesn't need to care about that. But look at this. So many units for Major. Both players at exactly the same supply. They're both at 177. Now they're 176. Now the Marauders are moving across. They should be able to get the snipe on that base. That is huge.
Cham has a massive drone lead right now. And what that means
is...
The
snipe. You got the base.
Okay, you got the base. But I was going to say, with this massive worker lead, this means he's got a smaller army supply.
Oh, the fungals all over the place, but the Ultralisk is stuck on the planetary fortress there. They do take it down, but that means
Families are gone. He's losing the infestors.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think this is game. I think this is game right here.
Major gonna take down the rest of these Ultras, both players with the same supply. Major is gonna finish these off, and now GG well played. Major takes it down. What a game.
This is where like you cue the Tychus like, hell, it's about time. Like for the end of that game. That was a ridiculous match, but it was incredibly entertaining. And once more, guys, even though Cham lost, he played that really freaking weird, but really freaking well. I mean, the choice to not go mute is, I don't know if he knows that they're good units. I've heard rumors, but the thing is, I think let's say, I'd say until the 18-minute mark of that game, that was Cham's game. Like, he was in such control of it, the whole map, the creep spread. But the second Major started getting, like, I was joking about the Medivacs at first, but those really spiraled out of control. So many instances, he just picked up his army and left. So many instances, he just healed through the damage. What a game, what a game. But that's going to send us the game. Oh, sorry.
That's the problem with the composition that Cham's going for. Like, Infestors with the updated fungal, which was like an update like 2 years ago, but with the projectile fungal, you just cannot hit those Medivacs. They're just too fast. If they get in range, they just move back, and it's not going to happen unless Major makes a huge mistake.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It was a good game, bottom line. Guys, we're hopping to King Sejong Station next. Let me just go cue this up here. I mean, Cham, I'm really going to be bummed if Major takes us 3-0, because that's not going to reflect the way these games went, not in the slightest. Someone's going to look at them and be like, oh, Cham's some noob, but, I mean, you know, I know, you guys who are watching know that's not the case.
Yeah, we're seeing it. He's played really well.
Well,
did we have a video to play, or?
No, I think we're just hopping into this, actually. So.
All right.
I'm just sitting here a little bit flabbergasted still, because the no Mutalisk thing, like, what's the one unit everyone complains about, right? Like, it's not Banlings, it's not Ultralisks, it's not Windfesters, it's freaking Mutalisks.
Well, he's got his own style, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Works out well for him as well. Like, the thing is, like, if he didn't take engagements off creep, I think he would have been fine. Just defend drops, build up the super army, you know, Ultra, Broodlord, Infestor, Zergling. It was the engagements off creep. Maybe he knew that he was so far ahead that he thought he could just finish the game. That's a mindset that haunts a lot of players. Because you're like, oh, I've won the game. I'm just gonna go kill this guy. And Ultralists are like the worst unit for finishing out a game off creep.
Ultras are kind of, in my opinion, like one of the worst units, almost period, a lot of the time. They have their uses, but they feel like there's a lot of times where if you just put that money into Zerglings and Banelings, it would have been more effective, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Anyways, looks like we're ready. Oh, so no English is ready. But yeah, I really hope this doesn't end here on Game 3. If it does, I just hope you guys will be able to make sure to tell the world Cham, he's a weird dude, but he plays really well.
Yeah,
I guess,
definitely.
Okay, you know what? I'll hold my thought. I'll ask you a question once we get in the game. For now, though, guys, we're going to hop into the map intros for King Sejong Station, and we'll see you in a sec. Okay, Fenner, what I was going to ask before we hop into those intros, what do you think? Fast fourth on King Sejong? It's a little bit further away.
He's going to do it. Like, he's showing the same build every game. I don't think he's going to do anything else. I think he's going to do exactly the same.
Okay.
Get that road tour in 6 minutes.
Here's the real question. Which fourth base does he take, though? Because I've been seeing a lot more... I don't know about North America so much, but Europe Zergs are taking this base up here to the north as their fourth, like, a lot more lately.
I haven't seen that one too much. Generally, people like it in the middle nowadays, but I guess that one works really well, but you've just got to deal with the rocks early on, I guess.
Yeah.
And he will have roaches out, so he will have a way to deal with that. At least I assume he will.
Yeah, well, I'm just curious to see how he's going to play it out. For now, though, guys, getting into the introduction, spawning here, the bottom right corner of the map. He's blue, he's Zerg, he's from No Dice Gaming. It is the Cham. Pion? Question mark? Champion? It was a play on his name.
Good one, Rick.
That was like... Okay, you're like that dog from like that evil like Snidely Whiplash character. Like,
I
don't remember the name.
I was thinking of Muttley from what's that? Wacky Machines or something?
Yeah, where they drive or whatever, right?
Catch the Pigeon.
Yeah, that's like okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I just got confused. Whatever. That was like the best laugh ever, though.
All right, in the top left of King Sejong Station LE, it is the red Terran player looking flawless-ish. In the last games, it is Major. Or Windy.
More flawless than that intro, at least. Actually, it's...
Got the SCV up there for a second.
Yeah, I like the Drone Scout. Honestly, at a Cham to go for Major, I mean, Major's not really shown anything out of the ordinary. He's been playing pretty standard. But to go for the Drone Scout on King Sejong, I guess he was really worried about those Reapers. I mean, it's become less and less common. I think when this map first came out, we saw non-stop 888s because of the stupid little cliff in the back. But a lot of Terran players have picked up on the fact that, like, this cliff is actually your worst enemy. Because it takes so long to go all the way around. Like, a good 40, 50 seconds almost. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And one thing is, a lot of Zerg players are aware of that, so they all scout like Cham did here.
You know, actually,
they don't mess about.
Hendros did this by accident, but I thought it was kind of cool. If you put your spawning pool on the edge of the creep, you actually see that cliff with the spawning pool vision.
Oh, I like that, Rifkin. That's some tip there. I'm liking it. Gonna use it.
He did it by accident because he misplaced it. I was like, oh, this is really cool. I'm like overanalyzing it. I ask him, he's like, oh no, I just like put it there by accident. I didn't even realize it saw the cliff. I was like, oh, well, it did. It was really cool.
There. Yeah, I always put the Overlord there to see, but knowing that, that's going to free me up an Overlord in the early game. I like it. I like it.
Reaper's going to use the back door there to hop up to the main. Cham does have links coming out, guys, but no speed to associate with them. Now, you don't need speed links to stop a Reaper. Of course, being on creep is your best bet, but it's not fun having to play the game of dancing against a player like Major, who is so good with his control.
That's true. And as you can see, might be able to get a link there, but Cham controlling them really well as well. Like, these are getting low HP, he pulls them back perfectly. Nothing too crazy happening, looking for the surround as well. Oh, might get one link kill here, will he focus it down? Looks like,
he's actually going 3 Reapers this time, too. I think a big part of this... I think a big part of this was him scouting no gas. I mean, he hasn't shown this level of aggression prior to this.
Yep. And is he going to move around all the way to the side? This is what you were talking about. It takes so long to go around.
Yeah,
Look,
so I mean, the cliff, it looks like a nice little blessing in disguise, but it's really just an annoyance. I look at the Reaper's almost fully healed in the trip it took to go all the way around.
Alright, so he's going to start working on the queens here. What can he get done?
Well, with 3 Reapers, ideally, of course, you want to try and kill a queen. That's going to be your best case scenario. Because Reapers, they can snowball pretty hard, but the 2 queens on the front line, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Well, Rifkin is moving in. He's looking for the kill on this queen.
It gets greedy, though. Yeah. Loses that Reaper.
That queen back now.
I mean, he could just dive for it, but he'd lose the other Reapers, certainly, if he did.
Don't think that's worth it.
No, definitely not. These are such valuable tools for pairing up with the Hellions afterwards. Not just scout. I mean, you hear people from time to time talk about like how good Reapers are for scouting, blah blah blah. But their strength really lies in where they pair up with the Hellions / Hellbats afterwards. Their regeneration, the auto attacks of the queens, etc. Like it's just this perfect sort of step 1, step 2. But in this particular instance, Major, he's not exactly set himself behind. 3rd CC's on the way as part of the wall. He's got Hellions coming. Stimpak's even being researched. So losing the Reaper. Okay, he can't snowball out of control, but he's not out of the game, not in the slightest.
Yeah, you can still pressure these queens. He might even be able to get this one as well. He's moving forward. Doesn't want to risk another Reaper. But he's going for it. He's going to get the queen kill here. One more Reaper gets taken down. Oh, he's going to lose the next one. Oh, that is painful.
I'm surprised he didn't dive. Like, he killed the 1 queen. I expected him to dive to the natural after that and go for the drones. I don't know why it's just a fight with the queens.
Roaches are here now, though, so they're going to push everything back. And are we going to see the 4th base coming anytime soon? I reckon so. And boom, there goes the drone. He's actually taking the 4th base we didn't talk about.
Yeah, because you talked about the middle, I talked about the right. He goes for the far left because Cham is a rebel like that.
He doesn't follow any of the rules. Now, the problem with that base is, especially with the style that he's playing, the drops. You're able to drop on that cliff. He's actually, this is a fake though.
If this was 8 roaches instead of 4, he might actually be able to do some real damage, but these are slow roaches. There's no getting away from this. These are dead.
Well, he doesn't want to run into them. That's the problem. Like, the thing is, like, as a Terran player, your mindset is, roaches, I'm not going to go near them with my Hellions. That's all he's thinking right there.
No, 100% right on that, but I think it's only 4. He could have easily taken that down.
Yeah, he definitely could have.
I guess the big thing is,
standard mindset.
That, and you don't know what's coming behind it. The last thing you want to do is chase down 4 roaches into banelings or something weird like that. Speaking of which, we do the baneling nest on the way. Now, I don't think this is going to be like the 3-base roach baneling bust we've seen from players like Kian in the past. I think this is just in case for the time being. And we're seeing this honestly shape up to be very similar to last game.
Yeah. Both players with exactly the same openings. No, different Reaper opening, but other than that, pretty much the same. Looks like it's going to be the bio mine. Well, is he going for mines here? He should be at some point, right? There we go, reactor finishing on the factory there. And that should be the point where mine production begins. Let's do it, Major. Nope, he's not listening to me.
Good, because if he could hear you, then we'd have a problem.
Yeah, we definitely would. But these Hellions getting in an awkward position against these roaches. One of them going to get picked off there. That's
a really nice reaction to Cham too. He pre-pulled, and like the second he saw the Hellions go away, he put right back on minerals. I mean, not wasting any time whatsoever. His drone count, 69. Pretty good. Okay, we're not done with 68. Right. He ruined the joke. It's not funny anymore.
Wow, the joke. I mean, it was really funny before.
Why are those two numbers so funny? I don't get it. I'm 4 years old.
I'm sure the chat was laughing a lot, Rifkin.
Yeah, dude.
That joke's gonna go down in the history books.
Shut up, better. It's like the jokes I told you before the stream started.
Yeah.
All right.
Go on. Tell him the Beethoven joke before this engagement happens. Quick, go.
Yo, what is Beethoven's favorite fruit, guys? Banana.
All right, Major's rolling in to looking to do damage on this base here. Rifkin's still in a laughing fit from that one.
I'm too pleased with myself. The banelings don't have speed yet, though, which makes this problematic. But it's finishing in like 1 second. So,
there he goes, finishing up, rolling
but
forward.
But he's fighting off a creep.
Pick up. There we go.
Off creep, no mules.
Last game. Pickups, non-stop from Major.
Actually, what's kind of scary is, unlike last game, Major's third base was pretty secured by a proper wall-in. This time he's got a wall-in on the right side, but it's actually not fully walled off until that reactor gets built. A lot of, or not reactor, refinery.
I think Cham's going for the kill this time, Rifkin.
Ah, you know what?
There's a lot of banelings. He's given up on his base. Like, he doesn't care about the drop. He's just going to go for the kill. He's got 1-1 finishing up. He's not starting 2-2. This is a kill move.
The depots are down. He doesn't have to waste any banelings. If he gets on top of the production, that's it. If he gets on top of the production, that is going to be it. Busts on through Major's front door. Major does not have the production to deal with this. He doesn't have any units hidden at home. He's unloading a couple last Marines. A couple desperate Marines, but the Roaches are on top of the production. If this comes down to a base trade, Major's not going to win this with 2 drops. That's not enough. Champ's got more units that they can send across the map as well. SCVs, though, might just hold.
The saving grace right here with the Medivacs as well. SCVs are so good against Roaches with units behind them. They tank the damage so much. The Marines at the back trying to hold on against these Roaches. It looks like Major will hold with it. Oh,
no, but here comes the second wave. Here comes the second wave.
Yeah.
I mean, he holds off. He takes a lot of damage. This natural base absolutely compromised.
Yeah, but Rifkin, Cham is losing a lot at the same time. He's lost his natural, he's lost his 4th base. He's basically mining off 2 bases right now. And there's a lot of Marines at the top if he can get that. Oh, GG! Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah,
GG.
I didn't realize he had lost that 4th. If that 4th was still standing, maybe this is a different game, but no bailings out is what really shut that down. Major will take this 3-0, and guys, we're going to have a Major versus Cats finals with Cham versus Ruff in the 3rd place match. I gotta be honest. I think this is gonna be a pretty good finals for Copa America.
Definitely.